Okay, so just remember, I'm not going to be looking at you a lot. I'm going to be looking into the camera, so don't feel like I'm ignoring you too much. Hey everybody, welcome on into the Big Access Podcast. We are back here in the studio going ahead and doing a remote podcast with our RSD, Mike Brimmer. Today he's going to be talking to us all about his territory and then also about our PoE module and how it helps simplify installations for our partners. So Mike, thanks a ton for joining us today, man.
You're welcome.
Hey, yeah, it's really good. So you and I, we got to hang out at ISC, and we actually filmed this episode down at ISC, but unfortunately, we lost a couple of episodes due to some corruption on our SD card, and you just so happened to be one of those. We were going through editing yours, and we got it all taken care of, and then suddenly, like midway through the episode, it just like cut out. So that wasn't very fun. But hey, thanks for being willing to refilm this with us. So, Mike, talk to us a little bit about who you are, what your responsibilities are here at PDK, and how you go about helping out our partners.
So, I'm the regional sales director for the middle part of the United States. My territory goes from Texas up to the Dakotas, over to Wisconsin, down to Louisiana. Then I also cover eastern part of Canada as well.
That's a lot of territory, man. How often do you find that you are able to hit each one of those states in those major areas?
I try to do it pretty much quarterly, but I do have independent sales reps that work underneath me. I've got 8 of them scattered around that cover a lot of the states. So if I'm not in those areas, they're always willing and able to help out and make sure that, we keep growing the business.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you bring up a very interesting point. Each one of these, each one of these rep firms that we have, they have the same core values as us, right? They really care about our partners and they want to make sure that they're taken care of. So it was a great relationship that we've got with them, and we hope that our partners continue having that great relationship there with them as well. They're just an extension of us, right? They are there to help us out. So, Mike, talk to us kind of a little bit about what you're seeing is popular in your territory. What are some of the most popular installs that you see going on right now? And what are some things that maybe our partners should be looking out for?
Some of the most popular, well, especially when you get outside of Texas, some of the most popular installations that we have going on right now are the cannabis facilities.
Yeah.
They really like our product because they don't want to have any servers on site or anything like that. So being able to go to the cloud has really been very beneficial for them as well. And as more and more states keep adding, or passing laws that approve cannabis, these places keep popping up, and they need more and more security. They need more security than a lot of other places have, just because of the product that they carry.
Yeah, and we did a case study not too long ago with a cannabis cultivator that is actually in your territory, C3 Industries. Security 101 did that. Shout out to them. It was a cool installation. We got to go fly out there and film it all and really see the security needs that are out there. And one of the cool things that about these cannabis cultivators is these guys are located in multiple states, so they were able to utilize the mobile management to be able to manage their locations wherever they're at. So, these guys have locations in Oregon and Michigan, and this one was in St. Louis. And it doesn't matter what facility they're at, they can go ahead and use that ProdataKey app to manage each site and each location. So it's pretty cool. And like Mike said, they're popping up all over the place. So, Mike, for installers that might be listening to this who are looking to get into, installing in cannabis, what are some things that they should probably be aware of and be looking out for?
Well, obviously, I mean, the states mandate that all of these sites have tons of cameras on site as well as access control, just because of the product that they carry. So those are some of the things. But one thing that is also big for them, obviously, is having no server on site, so everything is in the cloud, so nobody can actually, pretty much, come in and like steal the server, so nobody knows who was inside it, things like that. So they can't really mess with the system since it is in the cloud.
That's awesome. And so you had mentioned that they're doing cameras and they're doing access at the same time. And a lot of these cameras, right, they're running on PoE. And PoE is a new capability that PDK has really added to our lineup, to our red line, that we're really excited about, and a lot of our dealers are really excited about as well, because it simplifies the whole installation process. It makes it easier to get the controllers online. It makes it really easy to power everything, as far as the controller and all the door hardware goes. But talk to me a little bit more about why dealers should be utilizing PoE with their access control installations.
Well, especially some of these tougher installations where we're putting controllers like a single door or two door controller out on the edge above the door. You're not going to have to run an electrician out there to put outlets in, so you can plug in a transformer or run wire or even power supplies out there. Since now you can push the PoE, especially with the PoE Plus or PoE Plus Plus switch. As long as you got 30 watts of power coming out for a single door or two door controller, it's got to be constant power. Well, once you do that, I mean, we're pushing over an amp, so you can power your readers, your door strikes, the panel, your request exits. Everything can be powered off that PoE switch. So this way, you don't have to run an electrician. That could be very costly to put in an outlet next to that control panel, where you can just push that through a PoE plus, either PoE Plus or PoE Plus Plus switch.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the advantages of doing it that way as well, having it be like the edge device configurations where we're just running one network cable out there, is less wire, right?
Correct.
Oftentimes, if you get these big access control bundles and you're home running it all to one central location, that wire can get pricey and it can get expensive. And so in these home run applications, it might be quicker to do the installation. Your material costs can be more affordable that way. And, and oftentimes you're running network cables out to those areas anyways for cameras or whatnot, like you were talking about earlier, Mike. And so it really just streamlines that whole installation. So talk to me a little bit about how a user would go about getting PoE onto these controllers out at the door.
Out of the box, all of our controllers come as PoE, but we have at ProdataKey have decided to go to a modular format. When we first came out with PoE controllers, you actually had to order the controller in a PoE version. Well, now you're just getting the version. If you want to change it to PoE, all you're doing is buying the PoE Plus Plus module, popping that on the board, and that's converting that IPv6 port into a PoE Plus Plus port. It's very
simple as that, man. So easy, right? And that's available on every Red controller, right? That's available on the Red 1, the Red 2, the Red 4. It's on the Red 8 is just two Red 4 boards. You can do it in all the Red Max, the Red Aux 8. All of these. So it doesn't matter what red board you're buying. You can just go ahead and modulate that with any one of these module boards. We've got module boards in the PoE like what Mike is talking about. We've also got them in our WiMAX wireless as well, which can also be utilized to help cut down on your installation costs as well. So pretty cool there. So Mike, again, I guess, PoE is super simple. It's utilized a ton in your in your territory, and it really should be something that our partners are looking out for and really looking to simplify their installs and make more money off of the PoE. So for partners who are in that central area that you're talking about, how do they go about contacting you and learning more?
Well, they could either go to our website and hit contact us, and my phone number is right there on our website.
Can they text you in the middle of the night? Is that okay?
Yeah, I get texts all the time. Actually, I answered the phone this weekend because somebody forgot our weekend extension number for tech support. And
oh yeah, the 24/7 support. Yeah, that's awesome.
One thing that's awesome. Too great, I just want to bring up too, that's great about the PoE, because now that we're getting into the summer, we do a lot of school districts.
Yeah, we do.
And a lot of the schools, it's hard to find outlets and things like that, and they have doors that are troublesome to get to sometimes. So just having to run that Cat 6 cable out there is super easy.
Super easy, super easy. Definitely reach out to Mike. He'll get you taken care of. He'll teach you everything there is to know about PoE. Mike's kind of been in this industry for a long time. He knows a lot. He is a fantastic resource to be able to use. But Mike, we are just about out of time for on this episode of the Big Access Podcast. But I want to thank you for joining us and teaching us a little bit more. I am all over the place. A little bit more about the PoE Plus Plus module here at PDK. Thanks again for joining us, Mike. We'll talk to you later.
My pleasure.